Tampert News talking about how we are seeing impacts from the wildfire smoke as well. Some are pretty impacts and some are not great health impacts.
Yeah, the big story here still remains ground level ozone, but the dust and the smoke is going to contribute. So that's another reason why we do have another air quality alert in effect for tomorrow. But ground level ozone is still number one. So this is a pollutant that always exists, but when it's hot and sunny, you get more of this action. And so again, that's still priority, but dust and smoke is going to be, I would say, number two and number three over the next few days. But as Vanessa mentioned, you also get vibrant sunrises and sunsets when you have those dust particles in the atmosphere. So again, that's, I guess, one small positive that we can put on this one. Thursday and Friday, because of the mid to upper 90s, that's why we have that air quality alert in effect for the first place. But again, the smoke and dust is number 2 and 3. By this weekend, we do start to see some minor changes that will increase rain chances, but also start to lower that risk from dust and smoke. Now, if you're seeing those photos and videos and you're concerned about it looking like that here in Charlotte, that will not happen, but we will likely smell it and start to see it a little bit more so again by tomorrow and Friday. Temperatures still very hot, mid to upper 90s, no close to record values here in the Charlotte area the next few days, but we're about 5 to 6 degrees above average. Only day really that we're near average over the next few days comes later this week and early into next week, and that's because we're also getting an influence again of more rain, more clouds, hopefully lowering those temperatures just a bit. Now tonight we have a temperature inversion, so this is not rain showing up on radar. This is what we call ground clutter. No radar related issues really today or tomorrow as that capping inversion remains in effect. So this is kind of a 1-2 impact here, is that we have high pressure that's sinking our air, but the unstable air that already exists near the ground essentially can't lift because of that temperature inversion. So it's two reasons why we're not expecting rain to be much, if anything, over the next couple of days. You'll notice I lowered that chance to about 20% for tomorrow. Barely a drop is expected. We do look to get slightly more active Friday afternoon as we will be tracking an approaching cold front. But again, very few and far between. The overall storm potential now is not nearly as high as what we had last weekend or early in the week. But again, with that approaching storm system, you'll start to notice higher rain chances trickle in by Saturday and again on Sunday. Some of these do have the potential to become strong to severe. Now, there's no particular rhyme or reason other than heat, humidity, and some kind of trigger, which is that cold front. Typically, this results in your highest risk for heavy rain, tropical downpours as we have a lot of moisture, and of course, those isolated areas of gusty winds near 60 miles an hour. That's typically our primary impact here this time of year in the Carolinas. So look at your overall weekend, 40% chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms, more coverage on Sunday, but still no days of washout. This is a pretty similar weekend setup to what we had last weekend, where again, not everybody saw it, but Sunday was very active for those who did, primarily south of the Charlotte metro area. Now, Sunday won't be the only day that we're tracking above average moisture. As you can see, a lot of tropical moisture engulfs not just the state of Florida, but most of the East Coast over the next couple of days. This is primarily due, or partially due that is, to this tropical moisture that we're tracking a low chance of development. Now, I know a lot of people see these maps and get concerned. There's no concern here, other than the fact that we already know we're going to have tropical moisture. So regardless of whether or not this system develops, which right now it's very low, and I think at best it's a tropical depression, that means very, very little impact for us other than increased rain chances with that tropical moisture on the way. So we need this, right? We know it's not always fun when it happens on a weekend, but you notice increasing rain chances Saturday, Sunday, and again into Monday. Long range forecast does eventually trend a little bit closer to the upper 80s, which might be a nice little change, but I wouldn't say it's going to be any big cool downs coming anytime soon.